Alright, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, welcome back to the Front Row Fanatics as we are continuing our review of the latest IPW show that took place on Friday, February 4th in Geneva County Farm Center in Geneva, Alabama. And we're going to go ahead and continue reviewing the matches. With that being said, I'll turn it over to the Cheech Man.
Alright, it brings us up to the main event of the evening, which was another tag match, and that pits up Mr. USA, T.A. Jones, and the Road Dogg Jesse James, WWE and TNA superstar, versus the Bulldozer, Dorian Brewer, and Gargoyle's close personal friend, David Prime.
Right on!
With manager at ringside was Craig Craven. I haven't seen him before. Is he just out of action for the moment?
He's been out of action with an injury to his neck. He's wrestled in CSW and IPW and in...
Me and you saw him somewhere.
Yes.
I can't remember where.
It was probably either in Mossy Head or in Bruton when they were... IPW was still...
I want to say it was either Panama City or Defuniac.
Possibly at NHW in Defuniac.
I think that's where it was, yeah.
This was a pretty good match. Crowd was into it. Of course, Road Dogg was working the crowd, and it popped pretty good. It was a real entertaining match. They did end up with Road Dogg pinning Bulldozer with a roll-up pin 1, 2, 3. What you think about that one there?
I enjoyed that match thoroughly. You know, loved the Road Dogg, T.A. Jones. You know, in this particular persona was a fan favorite. Yeah. My close personal friend David Prime and the Bulldozer. Two of my longtime favorites from Mossy Head.
Roll Tide.
You can't have none of that bullshit around here. But anyway, you know, it was a great match. The crowd was into it. Building was blowing the roof off. Raucous crowd. You know, unfortunately for me, as I was one of the few in minority that was cheering for the Bulldozer and my close personal friend David Prime. They didn't get the Duke. Road Dogg wins. The crowd pops, you know. Awesome.
USA.
Yeah, you
USA.
A little bit of that too, but, you know, he wasn't wearing his Kanye glasses there at IPW. But
no Chi-Town love for this one.
I hear you. Yeah, you got something to say to them cheeseheads now there, brah. Anyway, you know, good match, entertaining, solid. 4 guys busting their ass in the ring. I liked it. The fans liked it. It was a good way to top off an entertaining show there in Geneva. So I've got nothing to say, but good match. Enjoyed it. All 4 guys busted their ass.
Yes, they did.
Now, I got to ask real quick for that match. A couple of my favorite moves are by those wrestlers. Did we see a pump handle slam from Road Dogg or?
I don't remember.
Shake, rattle, and roll. Or?
Saw the shake, rattle, and roll. I do believe also we saw the pump handle slam also. If I'm not mistaken.
Now, since he was T.A. Jones, did we see that flying shoulder tackle or the BBL slam?
Saw the flying shoulder tackle.
Flying shoulder, yeah.
Awesome. And I know David Prime does a wicked spine buster.
Sadly, did not see that in that match, you know. I was a little sad, but what can you say, you know?
And my last question, did Bulldozer wear shoes?
No.
Okay.
Still doing the barefoot thing. I don't see how the man does that, but I will give him props for being tough.
You got to watch out for foot fungus.
Well, not only that, you know, you got to look at the weather. You know, they had a monsoon before this show. The show last month, it was like 14 degrees inside that building, and he was still wearing a singlet and barefoot, you know. So, wow. I mean, he's tough, like the Bulldozer.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
I had an interesting encounter with him at a Waffle House, but I'll save that for a later date.
Oh, that might be a Friday night food bar.
Yeah, it might.
Now, the next show that IPW is going to be running is going to be Saturday, March 5th, and it's not going to be in the Farm Center building. It's going to actually be in New Brockton, Alabama, at the Old Town Hall. Doors open at 6:30. Action starts at 7:30 with a $7 admission. I do encourage you to sign up on their Facebook page, IPW, and kind of, you know, you get all the information there, what's happening and what time is all the festivities going on and everything. Also, our new site has been revamped, frontrowfanatics.com. Go ahead and check it out. Get you a page started up. It's for everybody, fans and all, but it is kind of set up to where wrestlers can put their moniker up there, put their wrestling name up there,
contact
information for booking, entrance music, just the whole 9 yards to get your name out there, and we'll help do that as much as we can as well.
This is a good example of the more the merrier.
We are trying to help you.
That's right. That's pretty much all I've got. We can go ahead and do. Want to rate the show or do the?
All right, we can rate the show or match of the night, whatever. I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You're playing producer tonight. You make that decision. What are we going to do there, Internet?
Match of the night.
All right, match of the night. For me, the match of the night was the main event, the tag team match between my close personal friend David Prime, the Bulldozer Dorian Brewer, versus the Road Dogg and Mr. USA T.A. Jones. I enjoyed the hell out of that match. My runner-up, I'm going to give to the opening match between, God, I hate saying this, Story of the Year Brian Cage and Scotty Reyes. And my shiznit match has to go to the Green Dick Fatal 4-Way. You know, and before all you guys start whining and sending me hate mail, you know, it is what it is. 4 young guys trying to make their way in the wrestling world. You know, hey, they're out there giving their all. I will give you props for that. But unfortunately, you get my shiznit match of the night.
Woody's going to get all over you for that.
And the main reason was it was Jed's fault.
That's rude.
No. KTTG is rude, baby.
Oh.
You didn't bring a keg to the gargoyle.
Well, my match of the night is, I'm going to have to agree with you on the main event with, excuse me, Mr. USA T.A. Jones and the Road Dogg versus Dorian and David Prime. And my runner-up is going to have to go to John Riker and Mr. Violence John Riker and Decide versus Californication, Chuck and Dales and the Cali Kid. And my shiznit match is also the Fatal 4. Just a lot of missed spots, too many people, in my opinion, on the floor at ringside. A lot of action, hard to keep up with. Just
Nothing exceeds like excess.
yeah, exactly.
Excess was the key word in that action.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you touched on something, David Prime. I think we need to get David Prime's pissed off ass in here on Front Row Fanatics.
Damn,
Yeah, we actually
Skippy.
talked about that while we was at the show. And
Where's my close personal friend? You know you have an open invitation anytime to bring yourself over here to the Front Row Fanatics studio and get up on here.
that's right. Look forward to
I think it would be very entertaining and very informative to have. You know, I consider him a veteran. I think I would love to have David Prime over here and just find out why he's so pissed all the time.
So there you have it. Bring yourself.
Yeah, now I guess we're going to rate the show, and you can go first this time.
All right. I'm going to give it a solid 9. I liked it from beginning to end, and the crowd was there. It really amazed me, the draw they had, and I had a great time.
Well, the 9 is pretty lofty rating there for the show, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to cast any negative aspersions on the good folks at APW. I give it...
APW?
What?
Faux
Damn,
pas.
I'm going to be taking chops for that the next time you guys see me. IPW, I'm sorry, my God. It's because Tiny was lurking around the shadows stalking
Yes,
me.
he was.
I saw him there stalking me, man. The good folks at IPW, man, they treated us great. I would give it a 7.9. You know, opening match started, the 4-way kind of took away from it. There was just a little bit of a long drawn out with the intermission when they were drawing for the 50-50, and you know, but which is not any fault of the
And we
wrestler.
didn't win.
Well, at least Ronnie wasn't there to win somewhere, but you know,
Don't put him over.
Yeah. Who is that guy? I give it a solid 7.8, 7.9. You know, fairly consistent, strong show all the way through. Main event was great. Semi-main was good. Frost, Raven, Road Dogg. I mean, a raucous crowd.
Raven was very humble too. I mean, he took a lot of pictures, signed a lot of autographs, and just I think he stayed out for an extra 10 minutes or something to.
Which is like 4 hours Raven time.
I hear you. You know, and he gave the good pop to the crowd for supporting indie wrestling too.
Absolutely.
So you know, all in all, like I said, I'd recommend continuing to go to IPW. The one thing that disturbs me about IPW is the continuing changing of their venues. You know, they are moving farther and farther and farther away. You know, I understand the thing with Bruton or whatever, but you know, then you move to Geneva, now you're moving to New Brockton. And unfortunately, I think this is going to alienate some of the fans who are not willing. You know, it was 105 miles from my house one way to go there. Now it's going to be farther, so it's going to be hard hard to keep making that trip, you know, unless they come up with some really spectacular stuff. So I wish APW, IPW, God damn it, they're going to be beating my ass over this. I know it is, because I'm drinking Yingling instead of Heineken tonight. Sorry, guys. The good folks at IPW, you know, they were great, treated us great, as they always do, you know, but the changing of venues, I'd like to see them get something a little more closer back this way, because I think it's going to affect the draw of the crowd.
Come back home, IPW.
Was the crowd pretty hot all night?
Yeah, they were. It wasn't as big. Surprisingly, I thought the crowd would be as big as the last time in January when it was, you know, 18 degrees inside there. But they drew 200 people there again. Two months in a row, solid 200 to 300 people. You know, IPW is on a roll, you know, for all the people on the message boards that were trying to bury him and say that Raven couldn't draw and everything. Well, hey, Raven told me to tell you this. Sky, you know.
Well, that
quote the Raven, nevermore, baby, I can draw some fans.
Well, see, since I wasn't there, I'm going to ask a few questions, and that is, I don't understand why somebody in this area, and I'm not bashing this person, but this person claims to want to promote wrestling all over the place, but it seemed like they had an agenda saying that you wouldn't draw with Raven, you wouldn't draw flies. You know, why do you think that is?
I'll go ahead and say it. You're talking about Bob Liddell, the webmaster of GulfCoastWrestling.com, and that's okay. I have no beef with Bob. He has his own personal opinions. He doesn't particularly care for Raven or the hardcore style. You know, so that was his take on it. He didn't think they'd draw. He didn't think Raven would draw. Well, he was proven wrong, and he manned up and admitted it on his own message board. You know, personally, I think part of it is he's close with the folks at SPW, which were also sharing that venue there in Geneva, Alabama. So, you know, we all show our favoritism, so let's not bash Bob because he was trying to back his
No, I'm not bashing it. Just we've given unfavorable reviews to shows before, but we still say get out and support him. You might like it.
Yeah.
You know, his just seemed to have a little malice behind it.
The opinion that it was given is where he was almost wishing them to fail, and that's just...
See, that's what I got out of it. I may be wrong, you know, but...
That could be true. I don't know. Next time I see Bob, I'll ask him. But, you know, in the end, he was proven wrong, and APW has... IPW. God damn it. Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm going to get taken out behind the woodshed for this.
Well, let me ask you, because we're kind of limited on time, but bringing in a big name, you know, some indie promotions do this. We've seen it, you know, up and down the coast. Did Raven put out? I mean, because, you know, me and you saw Marty Jannetty, and he kind of seemed like he was going through the motions, and, you know, like, he just didn't really seem like he wanted to be there.
In this last show that I saw against Frost, I believe Frost carried the match. Raven looked a little possibly going through the motions or tired. The show before he put out. So, you know, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was not feeling as well, particularly long way to travel. But in the January show, Raven definitely put out, and I'm a big mark for Raven, so I think he was
I didn't get the opinion that he didn't want to be there, but he certainly didn't put out what I was expecting, and, you know, Frost definitely did carry him, but it was not that bad. Or not bad, actually, I should say.
Okay,
I was expecting more.
We're running low on time. How about giving that date for their next show again real quick?
That is going to be March 5th, Saturday, March 5th, at the Old Town Hall in New Brockton, Alabama. Doors open at 6:30, showtime at 7:30.
All right, and we want to give a shout out to our sponsor once more, a Classic Tradition Tattoo Parlor, 567 South Main Street, Crestview, Florida. You can get a hold of the good folks there at 850-398-6798.
And with that being said, first let me apologize profusely for saying APW instead of IPW too many times. My brain cannot function on Yingling instead of Heineken. You guys can take it up, chop me, abuse me, or whatever the next time you see me. I'm sorry, it's IPW, Impact Pro Wrestling, baby. And I guess with that being said, we'll see you in the front row.